Hello, and welcome back to the Elder Scrolls Online Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. My name is Steven, aka Storm. It's time to do some more Grotwood. I won't be available tomorrow because of shopping, so we're going to get this done today. I apologize if I sound a little breathless. I just came back from a very long walk, which, won't do me any harm, so... I didn't intend to initially go on this walk without proper planning. I kind of, I went down to have breakfast, I had a haircut, and then I decided, you know what, I'm already out here, let's go down to GameStop. So I walked like 2 miles to GameStop, in sweats and a hoodie on, which I probably shouldn't have done. I should have come back and gotten shorts and a t-shirt and put my hoodie in my backpack. And then walked down that way, but unfortunately I didn't do that, so...
Soldiers. Soldiers everywhere. They turned our holy site into a slave camp. Get out of here while you still can.
What soldiers?
Dominion soldiers. They're led by General Indare, the Jade Butcher of Cormount. They forced us to dig for them, to uproot the soil. They're looking for something buried deep in the ground.
Do you know what they want?
One of the soldiers called it Rotchin's mantle. My friend Braylor seemed really concerned. He asked me to go to Elden Root and warn the Mages Guild. I've never seen him so worried.
I'll talk to Braylor and see what's going on.
Braylor is near those glowing stones. Be careful!
Yeah, so after this week, we are just 2 streams away from High Isle, because we have one stream on the 10th or the Sunday, probably on the 10th, because I don't think there's anything next week that will keep me from doing it on my normal Sunday time. And then we'll have a stream on the 18th because I will be away the 19th, doing prep work for camp. And then after that, it's High Isle launch for the console, so which means we'll be doing High Isle on the game. So I'm hoping that we can get done with Grotwood prior to that. So I don't think we can finish it today, even using the full 3 hours that I intend to start streaming, but although that's not the right way. He must be up here. There he is. Sorry about that.
You aren't with the pilgrims, are you? Then perhaps you can be of assistance. General Indare scours this place for Rajin's mantle, but the relic must be kept from her hands. Either she misunderstands the dangers, or she thinks they don't apply to her.
Why don't you want General Indar to find it?
I'm concerned about its misuse. Unless you're prepared to handle them correctly, relics such as these can corrode you. I would tell General Indare myself, but I don't trust her intentions. Not after she pressed these pilgrims into service.
Queen Irene needs Rajin's mantle for her ramification ceremony.
Then she's in luck. I served the 8 divines before joining the Mages Guild. I know what must be done to safely transport a relic such as Rajin's mantle. We'll just need to find it before General Indare does.
Okay, where should we start looking?
The Falinesti faithful believe the Welkin stones hold the memories of the walking city. Earlier, I heard soldiers speaking of the same stones. If you can see me past the frost trolls, perhaps we can see what the stones have to do with Rajin's mantle.
If it's called Rajin's mantle, what do you know of Rajin?
Rajin is a Khajiit trickster god, also worshipped by thieves and deceivers. The Khajiit swap tales of Rajin's greatest pranks. It is said his 7 shadows do his bidding throughout Tamriel.
7 shadows?
Yes, each shadow reflects a different aspect of Rajin's personality and power. This could be a convenient metaphor, actual living shadows, or something else entirely.
What does Rajin's mantle connect, or how does Rajin's mantle connect to the walking city?
I have a theory, but until I can support it, speculation is less than useless. Perhaps the Welkin stones will reveal more.
Just for today, M Sharp, I will be shopping with my parents tomorrow to get my bi-weekly food, because I shop every other week on payday, and I will not be available tomorrow to do my streams. I'm doing it today to make sure I get content done. So tell me about General Indare.
A famous high elf general, or infamous, depending on who you ask. Her Jade Dragoons are well respected, but she has an aggressive reputation. Last I heard, she was in Haven.
Why would General Indare be looking for Regine's mantle?
A very good question, which raises another. Regine's mantle is a Khajiit legend. Why does she seek it out in Grahtwood, the home of the Wood Elf King? What could have brought it to the Farlanesti Winterside?
Why are you afraid of frost trolls?
Arms as tall as a person, an endless hunger, and jaws that can snap off a horse's leg in a single bite. Why am I afraid of frost trolls? The real question is, why aren't you?
Because I can kill them fairly easily. Yeah, if I make excuses about, okay, well, I'm going to be busy this week, I can't stream, and then, the next week I'm going to make an excuse, and the next week I'm going to make an excuse, so I don't allow myself to not stream in a week. Like, if I have to stream on a different day, that's fine, but I'm not going to end up just, killing my series because I skip streaming too often. That's what happened with my last series that I was trying to do on Fallout 4. I just kept making excuses and I never ended up finishing it. And I hate that I did that, and I don't want to do that with my Elder Scrolls series that I've been working on for 150 streams. So.
Who are you? What brings you into my home?
A simple thief of hearts, come to steal yours from this walking city.
Steal my heart, or steal your loins, for your arrow looks a quiver.
Such a lowly mouth can dine anywhere, a trait we both share. What service to our palates should we conjoin in feast?
I am a married woman, so you must starve, unless you care to feast upon yourself.
Rodjin. We're apparently dealing with Rodjin's horny side.
There must be more to see.
I cannot sleep, and my husband will not wake. What cruel jest is this?
Say the word, Lady Nerume. I will allow you to sleep in my bed.
Scoundrel! You think to steal me from my husband? From the city I call home?
I only stole your sleep, which I gifted to your husband. His inattention must make him harder to love.
What would you know of love, monster? You have none of it, and you will have none of me.
Your protests ring hollow, Lady Nerume. We shall see how much when I steal you away from husband and home.
See, I don't like scoundrels like Rodjin. He just can't take no for an answer.
What else can we learn?
Come to me, my little snowbird.
What have you done? Where am I?
This vault, I built it to hold a precious treasure deep below your walking city. I will keep you safe and away from interference.
Why have you done this? Is your heart as cold as this chamber?
Your heart is cold, Lady Nerume. Warming it to Regine's shadow will unlock the prison built of your denial.
Never. I would rather freeze until time's end than share one warm moment with you.
So be it. This vault shall forever hold your frozen heart. I leave my mantle to conceal the shame you caused me. Farewell, Merume.
Now we know why the fallen Esti faithful were forced to dig. We should speak of this. General Endari was certain she'd find Rogin's mantle beneath the fallen Esti winter site. She made the fallen Esti faithful dig for that frozen vault. It seems they have uncovered it. And it would certainly explain the frost trolls.
How do we find Regin's mantle before General Endari?
Perhaps Kirtor can help. The fallen Esti faithful aren't led by anyone, but after the soldiers arrived, he worked to keep tempers calm. He may know where to find the vault.
Where do we find Kirtor?
Last I saw, he was in an encampment near the dig site. Mostly fallen Esti faithful with a handful of soldiers. We should avoid the site itself. The frost trolls are down there.
Okay, let's go. If you're not familiar with Falsetti, M-Sharp, it was a giant city that would sit down in places like this for a season, and then it would get up and walk to another part of Valenwood for the next season, and it would repeat this every single season of the year. In Valenwood, there are 4 locations, one for each of its season sites that you can actually visit and do quests at. There's the spring site, fall site, winter site, and summer site. This is the winter site, of course.
Frost troll! A frost troll!
The thing is, it just like not long before the Three Banners War started, it's like because it was still around in the Second Era, but it just vanished like one day. Just like they blinked and it was gone. Like it and everybody who was writing on it.
You travel with Braylor. He has proven himself a friend to the fallen Esti faithful. There are questions written upon your faces. What is it you seek?
I'm looking for Regin's mantle.
As was General Endari. When our digging revealed existing tunnels, she pulled us back to our camp before taking her soldiers to the dig site below. Then the frost trolls emerged from the caves. They slaughtered most soldiers left behind.
Do you know where General Endari went?
It seems you diverted a frost troll from one of her soldiers. Upon reaching safety, the knowledge you seek was passed to me. She was last seen in the northernmost cave at the dig site.
Did General Endari enslave the Falsetti faithful?
She pressed us into service in the search for Rachin's mantle. Initially, their treatment was harsh. But I spoke with her directly and proposed she take a lighter approach. In return, I would convince the fallen Esti faithful to assist her efforts.
Did she agree to that?
Yes, she saw the wisdom in my words. A reasonable request earned a reasonable response. A true shame the rest of Tamriel doesn't work like that.
That's a hard agreement there, Kartor.
The last of them? Oh, thank feck.
That's not nearly the last frost troll.
Are you another soldier? Come to loose trolls upon the Valenwood?
You sound like Lady Narume, but where are you made of ice?
How can so many know my name after all these years? Yes, I am Narume. I hope to stem the tide of frost trolls by sealing their egress. But ice is the only form I may take beyond the walls of my prison. Tell me why you are here.
I'm looking for Regin's mantle.
You are not the first. General Indare broke through to my prison in search of the same. I will aid you in seeking Regine's mantle, but only if you swear to free me.
Why do you need my help?
Regine's mantle is the key to my prison beneath the Fallenesti winter site. If I but touch its hem, it will steal all my hatred for Regine's shadow and fill the void with love. I'll make lute strings of his innards first. Only another may safely free me. A cruel and spiteful jest.
Why is it a cruel jest?
To show me I was powerless in his clutches. Worse, to kindle hope my husband would come to free me, then smother that hope with his continued absence. But Regine's shadow knows nothing of love. I did not waver, not once.
Where do I go to find Regine's mantle?
There is another cave, sealed by a frost-covered door. It leads to my prison. If you swear to free me, I will allow you inside to speak of Regine's mantle.
How long have you been imprisoned?
General Indari spoke of it being the second era. It seems I was trapped here in the first.
Why are you angry with General Indari?
I was delighted to speak with another after so long. But once inside, she ignored me entirely. Then in her haste to find Regine's mantle, she loosed the frost trolls.
What happened to her soldiers?
Regine's shadow suspended them in my prison to guard against invaders. It seems they had never before supped on the flesh of men or mer. But once they did, it was a terrible frenzy.
I swear to free you. Right.
There. Come. Let us speak of Regine.
Trickster god Regine, the footpad, known as the Purring Liar, is much beloved of Khajiit storytellers. He sent his 7 shadows into the world to accomplish amazing feats of larceny and stealth. Good gracious.
This way! I'm in here!
So how are things going in Final Fantasy XIV, M-Sharp? We haven't spoken in a bit about that. I am still working on side quests and Shadowbringers, as I've told you.
My prison holds me in complete solitude for centuries. Yet 2 visitors arrive on the same day. But we have little time. General Indari has pushed deeper into the prison.
How should we proceed?
Take this ring. It's my wedding band. It's the one thing I hold dear in this wretched place. Should you bring it to the inner vault, I can join you in icy form. I'll warn you of the dangers and aid you against them.
What if General Indari has Regine's mantle? Are you asking me to fight a Dominion general?
You swore you would free me! Forgive me. The promise of freedom ruins my manners. You should do what you must, and what you are willing. I will not press you to betray who you are, not on my account.
Let's see. How can you help me within the inner vault?
I was no mage when Regine's shadow first stole me from Fallenesti. But I've studied every inch of this icy prison. With effort, I learned to sap away its energy. It's what allows me to form the icy construct, as we first met.
Can your construct help me within the inner vault?
Direct my wedding band at any foe. I can use it as a focus to freeze your enemies for a short time.
What do you know about Regine's mantle?
Very little, unfortunately. It may be a divine piece of the god Regine, gifted to his shadow. Why he would squander it upon me is beyond my comprehension.
Why would General Indari want it?
Why would anyone want a piece of the trickster god? The answer is usually power. But for what purpose, I cannot say.
I'm ready to go.
I've been trapped here for so long. To feel the sun upon my face again. Just to think of its indulgence.
I have some questions before we go.
I know little of use beyond the walls of this prison.
No.
But I'll answer what I can.
No, I'm ready to go. Nice, nice. I ended up buying one of those hooded filigree vest. It was 160,000 gil, but it looks really nice. I couldn't help myself. I don't know which. I don't know what I'm going to use it on right now, but I'm thinking about when I pick whatever role I'm going to play for tank, I'm going to use that for tank. So. I mean, it might look pretty good on Dancer too, actually, if I'm being honest. I'm kind of holding out to see what the job gear looks like for Dancer before I decide on a gland.
General Indare's soldiers were no match for the inner vault. Step carefully.
I'm still here. Thanks for asking.
Man, I struggled the first time I came through here. But I struggled because it's my own fault. I was struggling. I could have not struggled. It's just the way that I was playing. I was struggling because of my own stupidity.
I guess this is a fight now.
You'll never take it from me!
General?
Who are you? And why are you dragging that frost witch behind you? Out with it!
I'm here for Regin's mantle.
You? I'm a decorated general of the Aldmeri Dominion, a hero to my people. Who better qualified to wield the power of a god?
Queen Irene needs it for her ratification ceremony.
But I found Rajine's mantle. Why should Queen Irene be the one to wear it? I've been fighting since before she was born.
Regin's mantle's controlling you. You're a Dominion general. Snap out of it.
You're right. We were overrun. I thought to use its power to slay our foes, but I couldn't stop. I killed my own soldiers. I can feel it, bringing my shadow to life. You must stop me, no matter the cost.
Alright, I'll do as you ask.
No. You're trying to trick me. Trick the trickster god, huh? I can see through your lies. I won't give it to you or anyone. You'll fall to Rajine's shadow.
Bet they never saw that coming.
You've done it! Grab Regine's mantle so you might free me.
Which reminds me, I need to bring up the Grotwood map on my computer.
I can't believe my eyes. You hold it in your hands. Now to break my bonds from this horrid prison.
How can I free you?
Removing Regine's mantle from the inner vault weakened the magic of the prison. Now you must break it, once and for all.
What do I need to do?
Regine's mantle is a slippery thing, especially with enchantments that bind its bearer. Place it upon the brazier at the heart of this room, and it will smother the curse upon me. Have no fear. The relic will come to no harm.
Alright, I'll break the curse.
Soon I'll leave this place and return to my home. I'd nearly lost all hope.
The part, yeah, about your home, lady. Yeah, that's not going to be good news for you.
Lady Nerume, you denied my love, and now I deny your journey home. If you beg my forgiveness, convincingly, I'll return the walking city from where I stole it.
What? Could that filth spirit away all of Fallen Esty? He took the walking city? He took my home? Or is this another of his lies?
What will you do?
What else can I do but seek my home? But everything is so different now. General Indari mentioned an Old-Merry Dominion, yet I don't know what that means. Without someone to guide me, I may as well prostrate myself before Regine's shadow.
Why not ask Baylor? He told me about Regine's mantle.
Truly? Then I must find this Braylor and see what he knows of Fallen Esty. I should seek him out, and see the sky again with my own eyes.
All right.
You lead.
Yeah, that conversation going on in zone chat right now is the reason why you ask people to COD you. So Elder Scrolls Online has a cash on delivery system,
Truly detestable, my
where
lady.
you can request gold for an
They were
item.
quite terrifying.
They can't get the item until they pay you
Even
the
when
gold. Or they can't get the
protecting my
gold until
construct in their
that you
midst.
give up the item. So.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but you're alive! We heard some terrible noises in the caves below. What happened?
I have Regine's mantle.
And you freed Lady Nerume! She's quite agreeable, and could prove to be a living repository of knowledge regarding the walking city. I hope General Indari didn't give you any trouble.
Regine's mantle drove her mad. I had to kill her.
I see. I don't know why she did all of this, but she was once a hero. I can't imagine her soldiers will take it well. But as you see, such relics are dangerous. I can deliver it to the Elden Root Mages Guild where its powers can be contained.
Queen Irene needs it for her ratification ceremony.
I'll alert the Ultima Embassy when I've returned to Elden Root. Once I have it at the Mages Guild, I'll see if I can discern a safer way to handle it during her ratification ceremony.
Alright, here it is.
Excellent. I can't bear to think of the outcome had you not been here. But no matter. Lady Nerume and I will return to Elden Root as soon as it's safe.
Alright, complete quest.
Let's ride!
Yeah, we're gonna have to go through this site one more time. That's another main quest down. We're getting there. Really? That looks like such an easy path to go right up.
Is that? Yes, I can tell by the runes. The slight alterations in the design and structure is unique to the Valenwood Aelids. I would be greatly interested in reassembling and studying this tablet if you're willing to part with it.
I thought someone might be able to make use of it. It's yours.
How exciting! We still have much to learn about the Aelids that settled here. I am most glad you sought me out with this. Thank you. A find like this is incredibly rare. It could greatly advance our understanding of the Valenwood Aelids and their unique dialect. I must begin translating immediately.
What's so special about the fragment?
Everyone knows the Aelids left many secrets behind. And the more we understand about them, the more we learn about what remains. Their language is part of this. And as the Aelids migrated and split, variations of their language emerged.
And you're studying one of those variations?
Correct. We already know there were cultural differences between the Aelids of Cyrodiil and those that settled in Valenwood. Their language varies too, and is less understood than the more common Cyrodiilic. Any writing we find here is significant.
Yeah, I always wondered what the main language spoken by the people of Tamriel is. Is it Cyrodiilic or is it Elvish? Like the elf language, like, because the elves had such a big impact on everybody. It's like you would think that the elf language still be spoke today. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Let's go do Reeman's Bluff, and then we'll do Red Fur Training Post, and then we'll work our way through this way. If I'm not mistaken, this is the next main quest. So we'll do Reeman's Bluff, Red Fur Trading Post, Lelora, and then we'll do Reliquary of Stars, and we'll see how much time we have left after that. Oh, come on, don't get stuck on the werewolves. They're clawy and they're bitey. They're all together, munchy. They're werewolves. That doesn't really make a song. Unfortunately, I'm really bad at writing songs. Da 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 da. Wee.
You're no bandit. Watch where you step. Bandit corpses get a little mushy.
What happened here?
Bandits, running themselves onto our swords, drove them off for now. Thing is, there are far more bandits than we have swords. With so many afflicted by the curse, we can't hunt them down and kill them in their beds.
A curse? What kind of curse?
Magical sickness? Shaman Bogum handles all that. Me, I guard the gate. Know anything about stopping curses? Head inside. Shaman said he needs another set of hands.
I'll speak with the shaman. Reeman's Bluff.
Don't cross me.
Shaman?
Yes, I'll have the poultice ready in a moment. Wait, who are you?
I've heard you need help with a curse.
Curse? No, no. My bloodkin are loyal to the last, but at times they're thicker than troll dung. It's clearly poison, though how it affected so many is indeed curious. Why do you ask?
Serenog said you needed help.
Then here, take this list. Everyone who fell ill had 3 similarities. They ate food cooked in the same pot, drank water from the same well, and wore clothes washed in the same stream. Bring a sample from each. We'll find the source of the poison.
Are you certain it's poison?
I've dealt with sickness, broken bones, and plague. This is poison, I have no doubt. Symptoms are very similar to bites from the spiders in our tin mine. I'm thankful none have died, but it's damn inconvenient. The bandit attacks are relentless.
Do you think the bandits poisoned your village?
I won't know anything for certain until I get those samples.
Alright, I'm on it.
Nobody cares at all.
You've got so nerve.
Take some meat. Get some water from the whale. Return to the shaman.
You better not be another bother.
Have you collected everything on the list?
Here are the samples.
Good. This should only take a few moments. Clothes are fine. The poison wasn't in the stream. The meat is cooked past the point of edibility, but no poison. If it's not in the well water, we'll need to rethink this. Wait, do you smell that? Ha-ha, that's it! It's in the well water!
That's really bad, actually.
The poison was in the well water. Even better, I know exactly what kind it is.
What is it?
Spider venom. Enough to incapacitate, but not kill. Odd. Mingling with water in such a fashion would require a variety of alchemical compounds to dilute the venom.
Are you saying this wasn't an accident?
I'm saying it's odd, that's all. What's important now is the antidote. The venom is common to the spiders infesting our tin mine, but I'll need a concentrated amount.
I can get the venom for you.
Look for broodmothers. Their venom sacs are potent, and durable enough not to pop when you smash the filthy creatures. They hate the light, so you'll need to search the deepest parts of the mine.
Alrighty.
What?
So, did you see the new trailer for Scarlet and Violet, M-Sharp? So, there was a picture somebody posted of an object, and they're like, I wonder if this is going to be a new Pokemon. And one of the main PokeTubers, A-Drive, said, "Sir, that is a wheelbarrow." And when he posted a picture of it and zoomed in, and sure enough, it was in fact a wheelbarrow. I'm actually kind of excited. The legendaries look sick for these new games. The cover art's out now too. If you want to look it up, they look really good actually. A lot cooler than Stab Dog and Shield Dog. What's wrong, Namareth?
Bandits rushed the gates and scaled the walls. There's not enough of us to drive them back.
Are you all right?
Broken arm. It's nothing. Stand with us. Drive these bandits into the mud.
Now you're speaking my language. I actually went down to GameStop today and dropped my and got the dual pack pre-order. I was getting the regular pre-order, but I always switch over to the dual pack when it becomes available, because the dual pack always has the cooler pre-order bonuses.
That sends us in competition.
With Sword and Shield, it came with a code for what was it? It was, I want to say it was a Larvitar and a Drat. It's the little fighting dragon that evolves into the big fighting dragon from Sun and Moon. I can't remember what its name is off the top of my head. But you could get either, you could use it to get the version exclusive Pseudo Legendary in the other game where it didn't exist in.
You better not be bringing more trouble.
Which was kind of cool.
I don't hear the sounds of battle. Are the bandits driven off?
I thinned them out. Here's the venom sac you wanted.
Then I'll distill an antidote immediately. With so many poison, we couldn't have repelled the bandits without your help.
Complete quest.
Someone deliberately poisoned our strongholds well. The sickness began the day of the bandits' first attack. It couldn't have been them, not directly. You should speak with Moramat, one of Chief Dushko's wives.
Why?
She's tended the chief since he fell ill. You've shown you stand with the stronghold, and for that, you'll remain welcome. But if you wish to stop the poisoner, you'll need her approval, or the others won't help.
I'll talk to her.
You've proven yourself bloodkith to our stronghold. If any here would call you outsider, you are welcome to answer with the back of your hand. Now, what is it you need?
Shaman Bogram said I should speak with you about the poisoner.
Yes, he convinced me there was never a curse. Know that while Chief Dushko remains ill, I speak on his behalf. I'm his hearthwife, and I say the poisoner must be brought to justice.
Who could it be?
The sickness happened before the first bandit attack. None are missing from the stronghold. The poisoner must be among us. Can't be any of the victims. There are unpleasant symptoms. Very unpleasant.
What do you propose?
Speak with the unafflicted. Find out where they were the night before the sickness began. Return to me with their tales, and we can find the lies within them.
Very well. Also, you can totally ask the shaman.
The antidote will be ready soon. Then we can get everyone back on their feet.
Yeah, Merima asked me to investigate the poisoning at the well.
Wonderful. Good luck to you. Oh, you want to question me? A bit pedantic, but I appreciate a thorough approach. Ask what you will.
Where were you before everyone became ill?
In the woods, collecting herbs for poultices. It's a good thing too, after the bandit attacks. I've used nearly all of them.
Can you prove your antidote will be safe?
Look, if I wanted to kill everyone, I would have done it right the first time. That's what troubles me. If the poison was meant to kill, there would have been more venom. Why would the poisoner show restraint?
Because they don't want to kill the venom, obviously.
Well?
Ah, the hero. What do you want?
3 guesses on who the guilty party is. Merima asked me to investigate the poisoning of the well.
It's shameful for the raiders to do such a thing. They must have dropped the poison in the well during one of their attacks.
Where were you before everyone became ill?
Checking and oiling weapons in the longhouse. Bad for the bandits when they attacked. Still didn't keep them from poisoning the well.
The well was poisoned before the bandits attacked.
If you say so. It's been a blur. Can't even remember when I last slept.
The sound of a hammer on iron is a beautiful thing to hear, whether in battle or at the forge. But our mine produces tin. Can't keep a good rhythm with tin.
Merima asked me to investigate the poisoning of the well.
Once the chief is back on his feet, I'll be the new forge wife. Then we'll see who gives the orders. Not that you care. Go ahead, ask me anything.
Where were you before everyone became ill?
Right here, stoking the forge while my apprentice ran errands for Maramat. Think she can take her away, make my work shoddier? Ha. Besides, temperature changes can ruin the metal. I didn't have a choice.
What have you done since the attacks began?
Shored up defenses, repaired weapons and armor for the few warriors left standing. Haven't you heard the ring of my hammer? Used it on a few bandits, too. Bandit helmets can't take 3 hits. Clang, clang, crunch. Shoddy workmanship.
Those defenses didn't prevent the bandits from getting in.
If I'd wanted to sabotage the stronghold, I could have the walls topple or make shoddy blades that crumble in our warriors' hands. Yet the walls stand fast and our weapons strike true. Any other insults you care to toss at me? I have metal to work.
Nope. Game's been a little laggy today, but that's fine.
Hello, Bloodkith. Heard you gutted some bandits in the attack.
Merima asked me to investigate the poisoning of the well.
You mean the curse? Sure. I'll help any way I can. It's what I do. Most of our warriors are sick in their beds, or barely able to hold an axe. More bandits for me.
Where were you before everyone became ill?
Training with Nemorath near the front gate. He opens himself to counterattacks when he lunges. Knew it would hurt him eventually. But he survived the attack, so he'll remember next time. Or not, and he'll die. He should really try to remember.
Why doesn't the poison affect you?
The curse couldn't poison me. Nothing can. When I find a new bug or beast, I don't just kill it. I eat it to gain its strength. Sometimes you, pay for it. But you've never truly conquered something until you've buried it in the ground.
Okay, so you eat venomous... Ugh. Why leave your gates open when bandits attack?
Because bandits are dumb. They think an open gate is a weakness, so they all head for it. But we cut them down before they get inside.
What if they had bows? Couldn't they shoot you?
They could, but they don't. The ones with bows won't fire their arrows at us. So we stand here as bait for the ones without bows. Then they come, and we make them decorate the cobbles. Told you, bandits are dumb.
Yeah, that's really dumb. They really should fire arrows.
The stronghold survived because of your help. We won't forget this.
Marmot asked me to investigate the poisoning of the well.
I wish we were back in the mines, even with all those spiders. At least Moramot is safe in the longhouse.
Where were you before everyone became ill?
Getting battered by Sharnog. I always end up bruised, but I'm a better warrior for it. Sure, half the village saw me getting knocked around. You can ask anyone.
You seem nervous. Is there something you aren't telling me?
Nothing. I'm a horrible liar. Everybody knows it. Look, the chief got sick. We have a history, and I don't want Moramot to think I poisoned him, all right? That'd be terrible.
What's your problem with the chief? Is it Marmot?
Is it that obvious? I mean, no, nothing like that. The chief and I disagreed over the mine's value, but we resolved things. We don't see eye to eye on trade matters, but I'm no traitor to the stronghold, and I'd never do anything to hurt Moramot.
So you're in love with her, but she belongs to the chief. Why weren't you affected by the poison?
Seems a week doesn't pass without a spider bite in the mines. It comes with the job. I suppose old bites and dizzy spells kept me safe from the poison. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, you build a tolerance to it over time.
Popping mad.
What have you learned? Whose tales are false?
Nimrath and Surak said they were training by the gates.
I remember that. They were sparring for hours. And the others?
Shaman Bagram said he was collecting herbs for his poultices.
Yes, he complained for weeks about his herbs. I finally told him to stop whining and get what he needed. He returned later with an armload of plants. Who else?
Rek has checked weapons in the longhouse while Shakul worked the forge alone.
That's strange. I didn't see Rakaz, and I was here all that day. Shakul's apprentice is rarely away from her side. Curse that girl. I hope her feelings for Gargak didn't drive her to foolishness.
Gargak? Who's Gargak?
My husband's brother, who challenged him for leadership. Rakaz was upset when Gargak lost, but that was nearly a year ago. You have my blessing to confront her. We must know if it was her, and if so, her reasons.
I'll find out why she lied.
What do you want?
What is it now?
You lied to me. You weren't checking weapons in the longhouse.
Now that I think about it, I checked the weapons the day before. The day everyone got sick, I worked here, in the forge.
Shakul's worked the forge herself that day.
Fine. I'm the one who poisoned the stronghold. But what I did was for the good of my people.
You poisoned them for their own good?
None of my bloodkin died from the poison. It only made people sick, just as Gargak showed me. His brother isn't fit to rule a privy, let alone our tribe.
Marmot wants to speak with you.
I'm sure she does. Don't believe everything she's told you. Gargak is no monster, and Chief Dushkul would be nothing without his wives.
You can tell Marmot yourself?
I don't think so.
Wait, get back here. Oh dear.
I don't have time for fools.
Yeah, so, about that foolish thing.
Where is Rakaz? Was it her?
Rekaz fled. She's looking for Gargak.
What has the fool girl done? Never mind that. Shaman Bogum has almost finished his antidote. Once Reeman's Bluff recovers, our warriors will find these bandits and crack open their skulls. I must remain here and see my husband recovers. If you're willing, you should track down Gargak and put an end to his madness.
Where could Gargak be?
Sharnak said most attacks come from the north. There are some caves, an old mine, and a ruined Imperial tower in that direction. If you find Gargak, do what you must to stop him. You do so with my husband's authority, with my authority.
I'll stop Gargak. So, there are two ways to finish this quest, M-Sharp, and since you're the only one watching, I'll ask you what you want me to do. We can either kill Gargak, or we can help end things peacefully. Would you like to see a peaceful resolution for the orcs? Or would you like me to decorate the floor with Gargak's brains? Sure, peace. Okay. I figured you'd choose peace because you like the, orcs, so you don't, unlike high elves. Hello, Gargak.
What do we have here?
I'm here on behalf of the Barkbite Stronghold.
Do you know the Code of Moloch? It's a simple code, but it's the one I live by. Don't steal, so I aim to conquer. Don't kill your kin, and none have died in my attacks. Don't attack without cause, but I have more than enough cause.
Why do you have cause to attack your own people?
When my father passed, I was to become chief by right. But then my little brother challenged me for leadership of the stronghold. 2 schemers put him up to it, as long as he'd make them Hunt Wife and Forge Wife. They knew I had no respect for them.
Losing your challenge doesn't excuse what you've done.
Not by my brother's skill. His future Forge Wife insisted we use matched weapons. As we fought, I grew lightheaded. My palms burned and I could barely keep a grip. But I fought on, and was about to strike my brother down, when my sword shattered.
You believe the blade was sabotaged?
No other explanation. The Hunt Wife poisoned the hilt, and the Forge Wife delivered a blade that shattered in its first melee. My brother must have known. Heard they died last month, some sort of fire. A shame they won't see me take my revenge.
Is there a way to avoid further bloodshed?
I don't see how. It's my birthright to rule, and my brother stands in the way.
Why rule over Barkbite Stronghold? Why not here?
What do you mean? Base my mercenaries out of this tower? It's a central location, certainly. Overlooks a choke point through all corners of the Valenwood. But no, I'm a Reeman's Bluff orc. Without a mind to work, I'd be nothing next to my brother.
Moramat said there was an Imperial mine nearby.
A played-out Imperial mine, I'd heard. And it's infested with trolls. Clearing them out will be no easy task. I suppose if there's ore in the mine, I could leave my brother to rot in the stronghold. But I'd need proof.
I'll search the mine for ore.
And I'll send someone I trust to meet you at the mine. I can't just take your word on this. I'm sure you understand. But I'll hold my mercenaries back until we find out if there's ore in that mine. I give you my word.
Alright, let's go to the mine.
I'm glad you came to your senses about Gargak. He asked me to verify any ore we find, so here I am. Let's get this over with.
Let's go. Oh, would you look at that? Ore vein.
What do we have here? This is iron ore. I'll get some samples. Go tell Gargak that with this ore, we'll have the finest weapons in Grotwood.
Yeah, I always choose the option of peace myself as well because, like, he did poison his kin, but none of them died from the poison, so I don't see any reason to kill him because he didn't kill anybody.
Have you brought me proof? What did Rakaz say?
Rakaz says you'll have the finest weapons in Grotwood.
She wouldn't say that lightly. With quality metal, I could rebuild this tower as a new home and drive my brother's tin profits into the ground. I'm an orc of my word. My quarrel ends today.
That's it, we're done. Let's go talk to the let's go talk to the people back at Rimmons Bluff and see what they have to say.
No more bandits to fight. Oh well. It's alright. Was running out of room on my blades for notches.
Well, that's not good to make your blade more notches than blade. What do you have to say?
Rakaz is a love-struck fool. At least she didn't get anyone killed.
What?
Gargak was a hard-skulled fool, but convincing him to back down? Such wisdom, we could all learn from your example. Our fires are yours to tend, whether forge or hearth. You're always welcome in Reeman's Bluff.
And look, the chief is recovering.
I didn't think anything short of my death would sate Gargak's bloodlust. We may still end up at each other's throats one day, but for the time being, we can enjoy a little peace. We owe you much.
Well.
Alright, so up to Redford Training Post, and we're only an hour into the stream. So we still have 2 hours to go. Yahoo! To be fair though, we've only completed 2 locations, but one of them was a main quest location. But we finished that in like 30 minutes or so.
Search my packs, you will find nothing. This one... Thank the moons. As I was just explaining, that thief nearly ran us over. You chased after him. Please, tell this fine keeper of the peace what you saw. I'm still sore from the last night I spent in the stocks.
What's going on here?
This honorable and, if I may say so, very sleek guard has mistaken me for a common sugar thief. Please, help me clear up this misunderstanding. Hush, Kobani. If you don't have anything constructive to say, don't say anything.
We'll see.
Surely this scoundrel is lying. I chased him here on my own 2 legs. He was only out of sight for a flick of the tail.
Alright, we have 2 things we can say. We can lie and say, it's as he says, the thief bumped into us as he fled, I chased after him, or I didn't see anything. Okay, let's just go ahead and lie and say, it's as he says, the thief bumped into us as he fled. I chased after him.
A very good story. I don't know how a scamp like you has such good friends, Cindertail. Which way did this thief go? He made off with enough moon sugar to knock over a mammoth.
I didn't see.
Of course not. And Jode's chariot does not have the authority to launch an investigation. Shanra will not be happy. Thank you, citizen, for your vigilance.
Jode's chariot?
We keep the peace here in Redfur, making it safe for traders on their way to and from Eldenroot. We spend most of our time catching thieves.
What do you do with them?
Return what they stole and put them in the stocks to think about what they've done. We don't hold them for long, but they usually get the message, or become better thieves.
Why aren't the penalties harsher?
Honestly, thieves are good for business. They keep the market fluid and stop too much wealth from accumulating in one place. Until recently, Shanra would rather deal with thieves than with Thalmor bureaucrats.
Until recently?
A reputation for being easy on thieves tends to attract thieves. The newer thieves don't give back to the people. They leave town and take their stolen goods with them. That's no good for anyone. Shanra may have to step in.
Shanra?
He leads the Redfur trading coster. Every merchant who passes through Redfur pays him a small stipend to conduct business here. They expect a certain amount of protection from thieves in return. Jode's chariot maintains order in his name.
Okay.
Thank you for playing along. You see, Gobani? This is what true friendship is. Not standing like a drooling statue as your only friend is hauled away like so many sacks of grain.
Did you really steal the moon sugar?
Steal? I guess that's one way of looking at it. Let's say I circumvented the market. I found the price the merchant was charging unacceptable, so I set my own.
I don't think the merchant would see it that way.
What does the merchant have to complain about? His belly is full. If they are not fed, Gobani and her sisters become most unruly. Were it not for the hollow moon, they would have eaten me whole when I arrived in Redfur.
The hollow moon?
Some call them thieves, but that's such an impolite term. The hollow moon's work is charitable by nature. They procure things for people who can't afford them, yes? Here, take this token to the ruined temple and see for yourself.
Okay, what will you do now?
Gobani and I know when we have outstayed our welcome, yes? A night in the stocks might not be as bad as losing a paw, but all the same.
Pardon my saying so, but you were obviously doing well for yourself. What brought you here?
Cindertail gave me this hollow moon token.
I'm surprised he had one left to hand out. Apologies, I should explain. Our agents give these to the infirm, so their need is not questioned when they petition us for aid. Cindertail was very liberal with his tokens.
Cindertail was working for you?
We thought his Sench tigers would be useful to have around, guard duty and such, but between his tiger's sugar habit and his handing out hollow moon tokens like candy, he practically emptied out our stores.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Can you lift coin from a rich man's pocket without getting your hand stuck in it? Then talk to Valir upstairs. He might have something for you.
Fadi sent you? She thinks perhaps you can do work for us? Who are you to know so little, yet offer so much?
I've heard that you help the less fortunate.
Maybe you are less interested when you hear what we do? You are familiar with the custom of property ownership, yes? I have a thing. It is mine. You take it, it is still mine, yes? Why? Because I did not give it to you.
I am.
And if you are starving, and use what you took to feed your belly, is it still mine? No. Whatever you stole, food, money to buy food, silks to trade for food, it is inconsequential next to saving you from death.
You're a thief.
You think we should work for our bread, yes? But many can't work. They're injured, sick, or just too hungry. The Hollow Moon gives them what they need. Perhaps we're wrong to steal, but if the world were a more virtuous place, we wouldn't need to.
What do the merchants think of your charity?
Many of them appreciate what we do. Sometimes a merchant falls on hard times. His stock is poor, or the price of sugar is too high. Then he needs us too, yes? But what about you? Are you still interested in helping the Hollow Moon?
I'll help however I can, but I'm not going to steal for you.
Of course, of course. Now, I was hoping you could assist me with a rather delicate matter that has presented itself.
What's wrong?
Shanra, leader of the merchants here, has threatened to call in the Thalmor. This is a problem. Jode's chariot understands that we provide a valuable service. The Thalmor is unlikely to agree. We need to change Shanra's mind.
Do you have something in mind?
This place was not always a trading post. It was built upon a tomb whose gauntlet of traps have kept it sealed for generations. If the stories are true, it holds untold riches. We can use them to persuade Shanra to leave us be.
How do we get in?
There lies the trouble, yes? The only known entrance to the tomb is within Jode's Hall. The place is teeming with guards. We will need their cooperation to gain entry to the tomb.
What do you need me to do?
Go to Jode's Hall and speak to Tulaira. If I am right, she is no happier about Shanra's decision than we are. Once you are inside, you must retrieve what treasure you can and return to me here.
I'll do it.
Thank you, my friend. While many have attempted the tomb's gauntlet of traps, none have returned to tell the tale. There are many dangers ahead of you. Be careful.
Why do you think Tura will help us?
If Shanra calls in the Thalmor, that's the end of Jode's chariot. They won't be necessary any longer. Besides, Jode's chariot has always respected what we do, even if they do arrest us from time to time.
It's a very unique relationship, I get it.
Did you hear? Regine's mantle was discovered at the Fallenesti winter site.
Yeah, I found it.
She's waiting. I'm sorry, we can't chat for long. I'm waiting for someone.
Villar sent me to meet with you.
Really? Then you must be the newcomer everyone's talking about. Impressive work. Tell me, were you telling the truth about Cindertail, or were you just covering for one of your fellows?
I was just covering for him.
I thought as much, though I am surprised you would admit it. An honest thief. Anyway, tell me, why have you come?
Villar wants me to enter the tomb.
Is he mad? Why would he ask for such a thing? He knows the danger.
He believes it's the only way to change Shanra's mind about the Thalmor.
Yes, I see. The treasure of Anabi could certainly be persuasive. It may be our only chance of keeping the Thalmor out of our affairs. I'll give you the key, but please, be careful. I don't want your death on my hands.
Okay, so this is a little bit tricky, so... Dance in the moonlight. So your goal is to get the thief statue to both of the chests without being attacked by the other statues. When the thief statue moves, so do they. There's just a single pale gem in the pen. Ooh. Oh, just mats. I was hoping. I put some things up for sale in the crown in my guild store. I'm hoping that I'll get the money from them soon.
They've gone to see Shanra. If you hurry, you might catch them. Tulara and Valier working together. Punabi, did you ever think we would see this day? No, Shanra. Come now, smile. Only good can come of such an auspicious alliance.
You are wise to say so, Shanra.
Such flattery. Tell me, why have you called me here?
We have a gift for you, Shanra, to show our appreciation and solidify our friendship. And I believe it has just arrived. My friend, if you would do the honors.
Shanra is honored. Tell me, what have you brought? Spices? Gemstones, perhaps?
Hand him the treasure of Anabi.
Wherever did you get this marvelous gem?
The tomb of Anabi.
Legend has it that Joan was struck by a bolt of light. For but a second, she turned from her twin, and overtaken by sadness, shed a single tear. Jode brushed it from her cheek, and it fell to the desert below. Joan's tear, such a beautiful gem.
Is it true?
Of course not. A fanciful tale. This jewel was cut from a Varla stone by Azesas, greatest jeweler of the First Era. But it's a good story, isn't it? And will fetch a fine price. You do your friends credit. Such a prize deserves a fine reward.
What might that be?
I thought you might have something in mind, seeing as you went through all the trouble of procuring this precious jewel. Name your price.
Don't call in the Thalmor. Allow the Hollow Moon to continue its operations in Redfur.
Ah, clever and loyal. A rare combination. Very well. I prefer not to have the Thalmor looking over my shoulder anyhow. Instead, we will invest in Jode's chariot. Our coffers still need guarding, yes?
What do you mean?
As the Hollow Moon waxes, it is only fair that we balance the scales. We will invest significant capital in bolstering our esteemed protectors. Otherwise, we might find ourselves waiting in one of Valir's famous lines, no?
Yeah, that's fair.
My good friend, you have done so much for us and asked so little in return. If all my agents were so skilled and selfless, we might bring our services to the world.
Glad to be of service.
With Shanra appeased, we will continue to do what we do best. While I am sure Jode's chariot will try to stop us, they will never blot us out entirely, no? Thank you, my friend. We would not be here without your help.
Alright, that's another location down. Flipping the coin is complete. We are heading to Leoria next. I'm going to go over to the Way Shrine. And we'll jump most of the way over there. How are we doing? We have 5 major locations left to go. Which is here, 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 here. And then I believe the Reliquary is the other one. Or Elden Root? Hold on. What's the other location? Yeah, Elden Root.
Ifray, the singer, the storyteller, who resides in the now.
Oh, I know this place. You summon me, Lady Azura?
Mortal, you stand above the sealed ruins of Leyloria. Within is a gateway to Cold Harbor, where my priestess, Kulanway, suffers at the hands of Molag Bal. Her pain is so great, it has torn a hole between worlds. This injustice must end.
What are you?
I am the Daedric, Prince of Dawn and Dusk, who weeps for Kulanway's suffering. I am the Mother of the Rose, who sealed Leyloria away from your world. I am Azura, mortal, and I would have you end Kulanway's endless torment.
How can I do that?
Long ago, the wizard Vastari came to Leyloria. She sought to end Kulanway's suffering, but Vastari failed and was lost. Go to Vastari's tower, retrace her path into Leyloria, and mortal, set Kulanway's bones to rest.
I will.
Vastari kept careful records of her struggle to pierce Leyloria's seal. They remain scattered in her tower. Find them. Use them to breach the seal and recover Kulanway.
What can you tell me about Velistri?
A powerful wizard who built the tower behind you. She studied Leyloria for years, always patient, until finally she found a way through. But despite her preparations, Molag Bal's servants overwhelmed her companions. She was forever lost.
If you sealed Leyloria, why not open it for her?
Leyloria is the mouth of a bottle that floats through Cold Harbor. My seal is the cork. Should I release the seal, Molag Bal's servants will pour into Leyloria until they have nowhere else to go but here. Vistari found a way to slip past the seal, as must you.
Who was Kulanway?
Kulanway was the most beloved of my servants. Her voice bent the world to her will, yet she used her power for selfless works until she was taken to Cold Harbor. Molag Bal made her song of pain last millennia, but in his distraction, you will recover her.
Very well. As you wish, Lady Azura. And this place is an absolute wreck. Irari.
Here again, I mean, yes, mortal? Greetings, outsider. As the will of my prince is eternal, I heed your call.
Who is your prince?
Azura. You know of Azura, don't you? Irai the Fleet, she named me. But that was long ago. This shriveled vessel is but a shadow of my former glory. My wings ache to soar the skies of oblivion once more.
I'm looking for a way into Leyloria.
Vastari pierced the seal with a relic known as the Twilight Heart. It still stands before the gates of Leyloria, bereft of magical energies. You'll need to feed it souls, and with all these Daedra about, you'll have your pick.
She's actually a winged Twilight. How do I do that?
The wizard Vastari kept quite the stock of sigil geodes, which I suppose should do. There are still some around. I can smell them from here.
Do you remember Valistray?
Of course. She was the last to summon me. Together we opened the ruins of Leiloria. She ventured in with her noble companions. I watched them die in a flood of Daedra. It was all I could do to escape and seal the ruin. Vistari's final command.
Why are you helping me?
Ignoring the fact that my prince's unbreakable will compels me to open the way to Leiloria, despite the unspeakably bloody terror to greet you on the other side.
Yes.
You could be Molag Bal himself for all I know. I'd still help you open the door, Lord of Brutality or not. You aren't him, are you?
I am. I'm very disappointed in you, Aruri.
No, you're not. Not enough horns. And you don't smell of rotten meat. Molag Bal has terrible hygiene. Even a scamp knows that.
Why would you help Molag Bal?
Try waiting in a rock until someone calls your name. Then watch them reduced to a smear of viscera the moment you do what they've asked you to do. You try to find joy where you can. The joy of aiding another, of course.
She's got some anger issues.
Quite simple to use. Point it at the Daedra you want to absorb, and the Sigil Geode does the rest.
Overgrown bat. Well, according to what she said, that's actually a diminished version of her true form, so she was even more of an overgrown bat before. Oh, they made this easier. Like, it used to take a lot more than this to charge the geode. It's been a while since I last did this quest, so maybe that's why I didn't notice until just now.
Just so. The power! I'd forgotten how it feels. Follow, outsider. Come see my prince's glorious domain.
Somebody just came through here and slaughtered all the Daedra.
Yes, they rise, despite your efforts.
My prince's children were legion. They should have overwhelmed you.
Molag Bal's chattel are nothing to me.
Blasphemy!
Stranger, if you're a foe to Molag Bal, stand with me.
Fools! I'll feast upon your eyes! No! You won't defeat me again!
You've nowhere to fly, fiend. You can't escape me.
It'll be good to get away from the family a bit.
The Sigil Geode? Do you still have it?
Yes, I do. Why?
Touching the sigil geode to Erai's forehead will absorb her soul. It's the only way we'll ever leave this place.
Why is that?
If she dies outside of that stone, we'll spend the next century counting the tiles in this place. I noted 32,708. But you're welcome to check my figures.
That doesn't explain why I should trap Irari.
In the depths of this ruin is a portal leading straight to Cold Harbor. We can only close it from the other side. Once in Cold Harbor, we'll have no hope of escape unless Erai is inside that stone. Quickly! I can't keep this up for long.
It doesn't matter what you do to me. You'll be dead or trapped for 1,000 years.
Why would you betray your prince?
Molag Bal is my prince, you fool! I let Vistari believe I was Azura's servant, just as I let you believe. I led you into Cold Harbor's grasp, morsels for the god of schemes to pick from between his teeth.
When I fought Molag Bal, I broke a few of those teeth.
My prince is endless. No mortal can defeat him. I do hope you find Kulanway and gaze upon the instruments of her torment. One day it will be you upon the rending pinions, and I will bask in your boundless woe.
Imprison Irene in the signal geode.
At last, after all these years. I'm not one to hope any creature suffers, but with Erai, I'll make an exception. She can spend eternity in the sigil geode for all I care.
Why was it so important to trap Irari?
Erai is bound to her tablet. While she's within the sigil geode, we can use her as a tether to escape from Cold Harbor. If I hadn't been so quick to destroy her those years ago, my companions would still be alive. Come, we should retrieve Kulanway.
Where can we find Kulanway?
At the base of these ruins is the hole her torment tears between worlds. But the moment we enter, Molag Bal's servants are likely to sense our presence. I'd have long ago made the attempt myself, if I had anywhere to flee.
How can we close the portal?
We must find Kulanway and free her from whatever cruel device causes her so much pain. Doing so should end her torment. When she no longer cries out, the rift between Cold Harbor and Leyloria should close. I hope.
Let's go.
I kept this library clear of Daedra, but the chambers beyond are home to a variety of the creatures. It may be best to avoid them.
By the way, if you're wondering why her eyes glow M-sharp, she's a lich. But she didn't become a lich to the normal fashion of sacrificing somebody else's soul. She actually developed a process that allows her to become a lich without using souls of other people. I don't remember the full process. She doesn't ever explain it to the player, but there's a book that talks about it. Let's just say that it was extremely unpleasant for her, but she managed to achieve it.
Her agony? For 1,000 years, her pain tunneled through the void, always reaching for her last memories of a life free of suffering. No more!
Yeah, we end this now.
Shatter the soul prison. They shackle Kulanway to the wretched place. Good. Now the other.
Back on your feet!
Dang it, Molag Bal. I already kicked your butt. It's gonna take a moment for it to reset itself.
We've done it! We freed Kulanway from her torment. Oh, it was worth the wait.
If the portal's closed, how do we get back?
Irai brought us both through the seal. It's only fitting she bring us back. I can use the sigil Geo to trace her soul back, and then it's a simple matter to open a portal. Are you ready?
I am.
Then prepare yourself. Departing Cold Harbor is never easy. It is good to stand beneath the sky once more, to feel the breeze upon my skin. And I wouldn't have made it here without you. My home is always open to you, should you care to visit.
How long were you trapped in Leora?
88 years, 3 months, 11 days. 13 hours, 7 minutes.
That's very precise.
All right, I'm showing off. I used a simple spell to mark the time. It was the first thing I did when I realized I was trapped. It's not entirely precise, so I had to guess the minutes.
What will you do now?
Clear my Tower of Daedra for one. Memorialize my companions who did not return. Organize my effects. Then I'll find out what has transpired in this world since I left. I have some catching up to do.
Your companions?
I opened my home to many I met in my travels. A young Redguard swordsman, a scarred wood elf hunter, a Sijic outcast. I can still hear their voices. But that was 90 years ago. Those not killed by the Daedra must have fled.
What will you be staying at the tower?
For a time, though I expect my attention shall be drawn elsewhere soon enough. There was something different in Cold Harbor. The air was a little too full, the fires too bright.
You speak as though you've been there before.
Molag Bal's Corner of Oblivion holds many secrets. I plundered several from his halls a lifetime ago. Did you know? I did it to impress a boy. What a fool I was.
What boy was worth traveling to Cold Harbor?
Telakar. A powerful mage. Brilliant. Always focused upon his work. Hardly striking, though such things never mattered to me. It took my escapade in Cold Harbor to convince him there were adventurous women outside of his books. But that was long ago.
Have you been to the Ossuary of Telakar then?
I have. Why do you ask?
I found your journal.
Then you know the tale it tells. Did you find anything else?
I met the spirit of your son.
I hoped that wretched thing would fade away. It was a pale shadow of my son, nothing more. Kalian died so long ago. But my husband couldn't put him to rest. You didn't meet my husband, did you?
I freed Kalian's spirit from Telakar.
That makes no sense. An animated shade would have no desire to escape. It would only approximate reason. Tell me, why did it want to escape?
He was afraid Telakar would wake up.
Reason, fear, a sense of self-preservation. No, what have I done? You met Kalian's true spirit. I spurned it. Him. As a mockery of my son's memory. Forgive me. I will set this right. But I don't care to speak of it right now.
Unfortunately, we don't know how that goes because We do see her again during the Elsewhere DLC, but she doesn't mention reuniting with her son or anything at that time, so there's no telling whether or not she's done that by the time you see her again. I'm hoping she'll show up during High Isle, but I have no way to know if she's going to or not. My mother just sent me a picture. Hold on, let me check and see what... Ah, she got me honey! She got me a jar of honey. Sweet! A quiet stillness hovers over the shrine, but you feel a sense of anticipation. Place Calloway's bones before the Azura shrine.
Kulanwe. Beloved of the Wild Ones, my priestess returns from the clutches of Cold Harbor at last.
Balustrade is here as well.
So I have seen. A mortal has managed what the eternal dead could not.
Is there anything else I can do?
Much when it is time. You have taught humility to a Daedric prince, mortal. Tread carefully, for he will attempt to exact his revenge. Now go with my blessing. When I have need of you, you will know.
Yep. And that was a hint towards the Morrowind DLC when Azura calls you to be her champion on Morrowind. So, which we've already finished. There's an entire playlist of the Morrowind DLC that you can watch on my YouTube channel. For anyone who's listening and doesn't already know about the existence of my YouTube channel, that has all the backlogs for Reewish the Mighty Battle Lizard, every adventure, every enemy that he's slain, all that good stuff. Alright, it's time for the Reliquary of Stars. I always forget what goes on in this one. I don't know why, but I can't seem to retain memory of what exactly this quest is until I'm actually doing it.
A fellow seeker of knowledge. I can tell by the glint in your eye. The Reliquary of Stars is a marvelous find, is it not?
What's interesting about the ruin?
Why, it recently came alive, though perhaps awake is the more appropriate word. One of my fellow Mages Guild scholars leads the excavation if you care to learn more. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Lara Nalda or her assistants in quite some time.
Should that concern you?
Suppose it's a bit troubling. Say, would you happen to be headed into the ruins? I have this report to finish, but if you could check on Lara Nalda, it'd set my mind at ease.
I'll look for her.
I'd love to chat more, but I really must finish this report. My fellows in the Elden Root Mages Guild are chomping at the bit to learn more of our findings.
Have you heard of something called the Heart of Anamoral?
Yes, of course. Every dabbler in proto-alien literature knows. Many believe it's a metaphorical contrivance, but Lara Nalda thinks it's located in the walls of this ruin. If she wants to end such a promising career, more funding for the rest of us.
What do you mean?
Ooh, I'm sure she can explain her ridiculous theories better than I.
If you're trying to sneak up on me, you have some competition. These flying books can be maddeningly silent when they want to be.
The flying books sneak up on you?
Sometimes in pairs. They slam shut on your ear tips, then flutter off. It seems half the library has tormented us since we tripped the wards. I've been trying to settle things down, but it's slow going without my assistance.
Where are your assistants?
Tedrini headed to explore the Flesh Gardens. Once the wards broke, I sent Behilir to fetch him. Neither returned. Mages Guild protocol says I should remain in place until aid arrives. I'm hoping that's you.
I'll find your assistance.
Do be careful out there. These books are harmless enough, but they aren't the only things flitting about in the dark.
What do you mean?
Everything was quiet when we arrived, but bones and other refuse littered the halls. With the wards broken, it wouldn't surprise me if more than books are moving about.
Why did the Mages Guild come to the Reliquary of Stars?
The secrets in the Reliquary of Stars were long ago uncovered, save one. Incredible amounts of magicka coursed through its walls, even when the ruins remained dormant. Until recently, this was thought to be a peculiarity of its construction.
What changed?
It all goes back to Enumeril, one of the greatest Ayleid architects of the First Era. He built the Great Seal of Bellerata and the orrery at Eldenroot. Then recently, we uncovered proof that he constructed the archives in the Reliquary of Stars.
What's so interesting about that?
Enumeril put his heart into his work. Literally, if the stories have the right of it. It powered the orrery at Eldenroot until it was lost. That's the source of power here, you see? It's what we hope to recover. Think of the potential applications.
I'm looking for the heart, actually.
Are you, then? The Mages Guild petitioned the court of King Camoran Eridan for months before we were allowed to excavate. And now you hope to waltz through and collect the heart of Enumeril for yourself. Why would you possibly need it?
Queen Irene needs it for her ratification ceremony.
Oh, I suppose that's a good enough reason. We've scoured the ruins from top to bottom and haven't seen so much as a glimmer. But if we do find it, the Mages Guild would be more than happy to aid Queen Irene.
What can you tell me about the Reliquary of Stars?
The secrets in the Reliquary of Stars
we've already went over through that, so... Alright, so... Yeah, there's something called the Flesh Gardens. As you can imagine.
Another petitioner? So soon after the other? If it would hold still, I could capture its likeness. So many fleshlings running through the halls. Such obstreperous creatures. You seem a fine specimen. I don't think I have one of your kind in my garden.
I'm looking for Tedria. I don't even know how to say that name.
Oh, and it speaks. I just finished a Tedrini. Some of my finest work between you and me. Though you couldn't possibly appreciate the detail.
How do I get him out of your garden?
Why, you need to entertain me. There are a variety of chests throughout the gardens. I placed your friend's soul in one of them. See if you find it before my posing retinue tears you to pieces.
Who are you?
The caretaker. I preserve everything against the ravages of time. Scrolls and books are easy. But the aliens themselves, they resisted at first, but they saw things my way in time. Have a look around you.
Those statues are aliens?
They used to be. Turning a body to stone is easy. The trick is keeping the mind intact. If they hadn't settled into place so many years ago, I'd introduce you to my former masters. Pity.
You look like a ghost.
Hardly. My masters found there were certain difficulties in allowing me to roam this place unfettered. So they split me from my body. In this form I can go where I please, but I can't touch anything directly. It's quite upsetting.
What are you exactly?
The caretaker.
Okay, so you already said that. That was incorrect. Found it. Statue of a male elf is significantly less worn than the others. Press the gem containing Tyrandil's soul to its forehead.
You perfidious slime! You'll rule the... What? You're not... And I'm... What happened?
Yukazai turned you into a statue.
Ukezi. Why does that name sound familiar? Perhaps... No, I've lost it. Wait, where is Larinalda?
She's at your camp. She sent me to find you.
Good. That's good. Then it hasn't been too long. I really should head back, get my bearings. Don't worry about me. I know the way back.
Billiard is still missing.
Wasn't he back at the camp? I suppose Larinalda would know where he's off to. Always getting lost, that one.
See, this took us most of the way to where we needed to go.
Beck, I hope you're watching.
This is a good place to grind ghosts if you're looking for ghost drops for the trophies, or if you're looking for just ghosts to kill for the Undead Slayer achievement. This is a really good place to grind ghosts. Sure, we'll go ahead and do it since we're here. My love, I can't stand it. I can stand it no longer, though I rebuked you. My heart yearns for your touch. To utter such words aloud is sacrilege, so I put these words down in hope you'd find them. Find my second page, you will find the mate. Take the medal and the letter. Forbidden love.
I really don't like your odds.
Blasted Zarxus. I know I shouldn't have... Oh, another one.
I'll help you in a second. If you love me as truly as you profess, come to me. I will wait for you forever if I must. A piece of me waits you unlocked by these mats of metal. Look for the silver coffer.
Hello? You aren't an illusion, are you?
No, your friend sent me to find you.
Thank the stars! You have to get me out of here! It seems I set off an ancient trap, but I think I've determined how those strange lights channel their energy, and how to turn it against them.
How do you expect to do that?
Once trapped, strange creatures covered in eyes and tentacles descended from above. They reinforced the sconces with foul magic from their largest eyes. Those eyes are key. Extract one and use it to refocus the lights. It should break the binding.
What sort of creatures are they?
I don't know. Daedra, I expect? The horrors of Oblivion aren't my specialty. You'll know those floating beasts if you see them. They have many tentacles and seem quite nimble. Like netches, but covered in eyeballs.
They're watchers, or observers, one or the other. They're watchers.
Why won't you come to me, my love? You hold my lock of hair, yet you are not him. Why follow the words of another? Do you bring me a message from him? Is he delayed?
No, your lover is long dead.
Oh no.
I hoped we would join together in one last embrace, before triggering our death with my voice. But I whispered his name aloud as I waited. Was that enough to collapse the stones? I should go now.
My love, we cannot be together. I am alien, you a mere slave. I am 1,000 times your better. The world knows this. I know this. Even you know this, in your simple way. But do not despair. I found a way for us to be equal in all things. Nothing shall keep us apart. Material. Had she been born just a few centuries later, she would have been able to be with her lover without having to worry about it.
Oh, my arms. Thought they were going to fall off. I'm glad the eyeball was worth it. So good when a theory works in practice, you know?
You weren't certain it would work?
I was certain it was a good theory. All part of the scholarly process, my friend. But never mind that. I should thank you for your timely rescue. I'll head back to our camp. I cannot wait to tell Rinaldo what happened here.
All right, don't cry for mummy.
Ah, good. Everyone back in one place. I was beginning to worry.
I rescued your assistants.
And not a moment too soon. I managed to subdue one of the tomes. It's proven most enlightening. The Reliquary of Stars was created to preserve knowledge. This we already knew. But the book speaks of a deeper level, closed off from the rest of the ruin. I suspected the Heart of an Umbral was hidden somewhere in the ruin, and now I know where.
Where is it?
If this description is accurate, the entrance lies somewhere in the Hall of Might. But there's something else. Would you come with me?
All right.
Thank you. Tedrini has behaved quite erratically since his return. This should be far enough. When you went searching for my assistants, did you see anyone else? Anyone intelligent, I mean. Spectres don't count.
There was a danger named Yukazi in the Flesh Gardens.
Damn. That's what I was afraid of. The book mentions her specifically, some sort of caretaker. Her specialty was... well, there's no easy way around it. She controlled the minds of others. It seems even the Aliads feared her.
Do you think she's controlling your assistant?
Maybe. Tedrini hasn't been the same since he returned. He's normally so enthusiastic about his studies, but he's withdrawn into himself. It's downright unsettling watching him suffer like this.
What do you want to do about it?
I'd like to run some simple tests for signs of Daedric influence. While I do so, would you bring Behile with you to search the Hall of Might? I suspect the heart of Enumera lays within its walls.
Alright.
Wonderful. If this tome is correct, there's a passageway hidden in the library. I'm sure you and Behilia will find it.
I heard my name. What do you need?
Behilia, our friend needs your help in the Hall of Might.
The Hall of Might? So you think we found it? Oh, exhilarating.
Yeah, he's really loud.
What is that? Where did you learn to fight like that?
Necessity more than anything else.
They're coming for us.
Why won't they leave us alone?
Because they want to kill us because we're enemies?
Let's start searching.
The Black Ear.
Must be around here somewhere.
Remnants of Kryad. Keeper of Tomes.
Over here! There's a draft coming from this bookcase!
The bookcase is protected by an ancient grate, yet there seems to be books missing from its shelves. Examine the empty locations. Each space is marked by a faint groove as a book, so... Okay. Black... Nope. This is Sierra. The Keeper of Tomes. Black Ear. Got it.
You've done it! The heart of Enumerial! I never thought I'd hold it!
In my own two hands. Well, puppet hands count as my hands. The power, it's exquisite. And I have you to thank. And now, I really must take this Behelia puppet for a stroll. Let's see how fast it can run. I'm nearly free after all these years.
Get back, you fetcher!
Ouch.
Once I have my body back, the mortals will suffer. I'll make them all suffer. I don't have time for this. This really is too easy.
Behilia, what are you doing? What happened? Why did Behilia sound so strange?
So yeah, he's being controlled. She has the heart of Eminiel.
Behilia suggested Tadrini was under her control. A ruse, and one I should have seen. But if Ukezi has the heart of Enumerial, she can use it to restore her spirit to her body. We have to get it back.
Did you see where she went?
Through the door. We've never been able to open it, and I don't know where it leads. Quickly, after her. I'll attempt to restore the wards here, should you fail. We can't allow a Daedra to wreak havoc with the heart of Enumerial.
Huh. Apparently he stole a tattoo from the neck of Empress Katrina as she slept. Hopefully it was a good tattoo.
And with one final shift. Yes, it's working. I can feel it.
Oof. Got the heart.
Where is that ugly thing? It should be you again. Huh? What's happening?
Off with you, Swit!
You'll have to try harder than that. You think me defeated so easily? No, not again.
And defeated.
You! I hadn't thought you'd make it out alive. Ukezi must have been formidable alone. With the heart of a Numeril in her hands, I can hardly imagine. You do have it, don't you?
Yes, I have it right here.
Wonderful. When all the flying books fell, I knew it had left the ruins. I'll return it to the Elden Root Mages Guild, per our agreement with the king. We won't need to worry about Daedra finding it there.
King Cameron Eredon needs it brought directly to the orrery.
Very well. So they're really going through with it, are they? I'd pay my weight in gold to see the orrery working. I'll personally ensure it reaches there without further trouble, don't you fear.
What will you do now?
After I return it to the orrery, perhaps I can research its properties once the ceremony is complete. If the Queen allows, of course. I'm not one to stand in the way of royalty.
Well, I'm sure they won't need it once that's done. Alright, so let's go to Coromont. And there's only 2 main quests left, and both of them are done at the orrery in Grotwood. So we are almost done with the questing in this area. We just got 3 major locations. 2 of them are here. We won't do Karthar this week. We'll do it next week. But we'll see about Elden Root depending on how things go up in Coromont. And then we'll try to do the public dungeon next week as well. We're almost done, honestly. We just gotta find the remaining sky shards and just clean up a few odds and ends. I think that this is the last striking location too.
Are you going to slaughter the entire town?
wanted courier travel grot. Nope, not that one.
Hello. Is there anything you might need for your travels? I am always happy to do business with adventurers like yourself.
Do you know where I can find a jeweler in Coromont?
There's really only Rondrin, but he's been retired for a while now.
Let's go talk to Rhydon. Ah, this is another one I haven't. This is one that's been in my inventory for over a year at this point. I'm finally going to get it out of my inventory, or my quest log, not inventory. Finally get it out of my quest log.
If you're looking for a handout, keep looking. I have a hard enough time keeping this mangy dog fed.
Are you, Brenlin? I have news about your cousin.
Let me guess. Orenal sent you to let me know he'll be on his adventure for another few weeks, yeah? Well, you go right on back to him and tell him this. Dogs are expensive. He's going to compensate me for all I've spent feeding this root-ass mutt.
I'm sorry to bring bad news, but your cousin's dead.
He's... what? He's dead? How in Ifra's name did that happen?
You should read his journal. I've brought it with me.
Orenal's dead? I can barely believe it. My cousin always did crave adventure, but he was always so careful. I never thought... No matter. I know why you're here. It's about the dog, isn't it? I always knew he loved her more than he let on.
Will you take care of Jonah?
I suppose I have to. I'll admit, the mutt's more useful than most. She at least keeps the rats at bay. Besides, I don't think anyone else would. Thank you for letting me know. Here's something for your troubles.
Alright, so... an entire year of having that in my quest log, and it's finally gone. Woo, it's finally gone.
If you are looking for custom jewelry, you should know I'm retired.
Did you make this amulet?
My amulet! Tell me! Did it do its work? Did the Argonians suffer?
What Argonian?
The brigand who killed my son! It took all my resources to make that amulet and track him down. You see, I'm not a strong or violent man, but I do know my craft. That amulet is my masterpiece.
How does it work?
It magnifies the guilt of taking a life, slowly overwhelming the wearer with grief until he takes his own life. It's a little bit of poetry, if I do say so myself. Although, it's been so long, I was beginning to doubt it worked.
I didn't find it on an Argonian.
What? That can't be! You're lying! The Argonian sent you, didn't he? He's not dead at all, is he?
I found this journal near the amulet.
This isn't right. This person obviously did not deserve to die. What have I done?
Give me the
Give me the amulet. I made it impossible to give away, but I created it, so you should be able to give it to me.
Here, take it.
I thank you for bringing me closure on my son's killer. I know what I have to do now.
What do you mean?
It's my turn to wear the amulet now. If anyone is guilty, if anyone deserves it, it's me.
Okay, so we have a choice. We can let him wear the amulet, or we can have him destroy the amulet. What should we do, M. Sharp? Why would you do that?
I created this abominable object. It's only fitting that I am destroyed by it. It's justice.
Someone else could pick it up. You should destroy it.
Oh, gods! How was I so blind? My revenge only brought more pain into the world. I guess death is a poor substitute for justice, after all. You're right. I must end this diseased cycle. I must destroy the amulet.
All right.
Never again! It is done. No one shall ever suffer at the hands of this accursed creation again.
Are you going to be all right?
No one else should suffer my folly. Thank you, and please take this for your troubles.
Okay.
Set likes a quick study.
If we run this way, I believe the quest should trigger. Or I thought it would. And I thought the quest triggered when you entered town. Or entered or exited town anyways.
Something like
Let's try this way.
We've observed your travels through Grotwood and have need of your particular talents. Our eyes are everywhere in Grotwood. We've fixed them upon you for some time. We're in need of an outsider, unknown in Cormount. Someone with versatility.
Who are you?
I'm privileged to be a Vine Dusk Ranger. We report directly to King Camoran Eredon, ruler of the Wood Elves. We protect his rule against all threats, without or within.
What kind of threats?
The Black Sap Rebellion, for one. Though nearly broken at the Dominion's formation.
What the heck? Where did he go? Maybe if we run out of the cell and run back, he'll reappear.
Someone put the flying books to rest in the reliquary of stars.
Alright, let's scroll quickly. Where are you?
Black Sap Rebellion, for one. Though nearly broken at the Dominion's formation, its last remnants plague Cormount. With your help, we can finally end our civil war. If you're agreeable, I'll open a portal to our base of operations.
Alright, open the portal.
Give me a moment to open the portal. There you go. Quickly now, enter the portal.
It's not appeared yet. It's over here, you idiot.
The portal transfer is complete.
Good. It's who we've been expecting. You're in no danger here, friend. Come. Cormount is where the Black Sap Rebellion began. With your help, Cormount will be where it ends. The Vine Dusk Rangers need you to flush out the Black Sap leaders. Killing them will only fuel the flames of rebellion. They must be brought into custody.
Why do you need me to do this?
After General Andare broke their backs, we pacified the remnants of the Black Sap. Every rebel in Grotwood knows our faces. But not yours. Your anonymity allows you to get close and capture their leaders.
There's a local rebellion. Why should I get involved?
The Black Sap hate the king, but they have less love for the Dominion. We know they're planning something. Given their methods, it'll be loud and bloody. We can't allow this to fester. But if we capture its leaders, the rebellion ends overnight.
Tell me about the rebellion's leaders.
Goranir is strong as an ox and just as proud. His brother Lorchant seems to have more eyes in Grotwood than we do. Both are sons of Gelthior, cousin to King Camoran Eredon, traitor to his people, and the prisoner for whom this place was built.
Has Gelthior told you anything about his sons?
Nothing we didn't know already. Gelthior is the king's cousin, so we're forbidden from using harsher methods. More's the pity. If you care to question him yourself, do so before you leave. You won't return here unless his sons are in hand.
How am I supposed to track down Gelthior's sons?
Meet with Trethane Eardell, our agent in Cormount. It took months, but she identified locals connected to the Black Sap. She'll get you started.
I'll find her in Coromont.
Once you've departed, Farainor will seal the portal. None must know we're holding Gelthior at this location. Or that he's alive, for that matter.
I have a few questions.
I've spent much of the past year as caretaker here, but I'll answer as best I can.
Where are we exactly?
We needed a place where none could find Gelthior. So we dug out a remote alien ruin, set up this prison, and then caved in the entrance. The only way in or out is through Farainor's portals. So to answer your question, we're nowhere.
Why are you holding Gelthior here?
We barely won the Civil War. Gelthior would sit the throne if Queen Irene hadn't answered our call for aid. Once we'd captured the leader of the Black Sap, we knew we couldn't risk his escape. So we brought him here, to this hole in the ground.
What do you plan to do with Gelthior and his sons?
We'll hold them here until King Camoran Eredon says otherwise. If the heroes of the Black Sap vanish forever, their followers have nothing to rally behind. Then rebellion fades to memory. We all get to live on with our lives.
Okay. Why can't the Dominion handle this?
The king is responsible for his own people, so it falls to the king's soldiers to handle all local matters. But just in case the Black Sap get any ideas, Dominion camps are stationed just outside of Cormount. Training maneuvers, they call it. You hear that, Gelthior? It's the last of your rebellion collapsing upon itself.
Come to mock the rightful king of the Wood Elves. Go on then, have your fun.
I have some questions for you.
Not answer me, you traitorous dog. You aren't one of Mayros' killers, that's clear. Ask your questions.
Why did you start the Black Sap Rebellion?
Since his ascension to the throne, the king's attempts to renew our lands shows how soft he is on the Green Pact. My people need a ruler who understands the ancient compacts aren't to be discarded. As second in line to the throne, it fell to me.
Soft on the Green Pact, what's that mean?
Our ancient compact with Ifre brought splendor to the Wood Elf people. Yet this king's own Vine-Dusk Rangers are exempt. I've seen them eat roots from the ground. Disgusting. When the people called for justice, I had no choice.
Sounds like you really wanted to be the king.
Of course I did. How better to reaffirm the Green Pact, to keep the High Elves out of Grapwood. But General Endari ended the Black Sap when she slaughtered us at Cormount. I fear my sons can't see the rebellion is over. It's why I hope you capture them.
General Endari betrayed the Dominion. I'm the one who brought her to justice.
The Dominion's great hero, a traitor? And you, to have stopped her? If this is true, my sons would know. If you can convince the Black Sap you ended the Jade Butcher's reign of terror, you can get close enough to my sons to capture them.
What do you want? Why do you want me to capture your sons?
If the full weight of the Dominion gets involved in a local rebellion, my people will suffer. I'd rather use the Dominion's tools against them. A public trial will show our cause to be just, but only if my sons still live.
What can you tell me about your sons?
If Lord John knows I'm alive, he'll come peacefully. He's pragmatic and not the type to waste his life for a lost cause. Goranir is another matter. He's not the type to kill you outright, but step lightly. He's very proud, that one.
All right.
Say the word, and I'll open a portal to Cormount. Once you pass through, it will seal behind you. If you have anything to do before you leave, now is the time.
Open the portal. So you missed a little bit, Joe. We got the Shroud of Regen from Falsetti Wintersight. We helped Reeman's Bluff peacefully end a feud between brothers, between brothers. We helped Red Fur Trading Post keep the Dominion or the Thalmor out of their business. We helped save Ballast from Cold Harbor, and we retrieved the Heart of Emoriel from the Reliquary of Stars. Now we're in Coromont working on that.
What is it?
Oh, you missed my epic walk to GameStop earlier, Joe. I went to I went to GameStop, decided to walk there. I went through the park. It was actually really nice. But I went and changed out my Scarlet and Violet pre-order for the dual pack, like I normally get. It's just better, in my opinion. It always has the better pre-order bonuses. And since I'm gonna get both games anyways, because I always get both games.
It doesn't matter if you think you saw an Arthurus eat a potato. I can't do anything without proof.
Thank you, Trethane. I won't have my good name sullied by this fanatic.
A year ago, we'd have buried him up to his neck for blasphemy.
Enough! I've given my ruling. Now both of you, please get on with your lives. I don't want to hear any more of this.
How dare he touch a potato?
Yes?
A potato? Potato.
I'm sorry you had to witness that. I knew Cormount's citizens were zealous about the Green Pact, but sometimes they go hunting for trouble.
The Vine Dusk Rangers told me to speak with you.
Yes, Farina said I'm to support you in tracking down Gelthiel's sons. We'll start with Lorchon, the Black Sap spy master. If we capture him first, his brother Goronir will be without eyes. And before you ask, I lost it in the war.
Yeah, you're fine, I understand. What do you have for me?
The Black Sap Rebellion started here. It won't surprise you to learn Cormount citizens provide food and gold to the remnants. They use special phrases to arrange meetings. If you know the phrases, you can get to the remnants.
What are the phrases?
The phrases change weekly. Definitely the work of Lorchon. Lucky for you, I've done the scut work. You'll find this week's phrases in the journal next to me. I leave it to you to work out which ones to use.
What if I use the wrong phrase?
The Black Sap protects its own. I can't imagine they'll be happy. You'll see a list of known sympathizers in the journal. Approach them, and use the right phrase to set up a meeting with Lorchon. Find me when you're done.
Okay.
Everything should be in the journal. Be careful.
There's
Cormount
lots of people. I have one in particular I like to go and talk to. I'm just looking through them. So speak the week's phrase first. Small steady peeper swims at night. After they respond, check the weather. It should relate to what the current weather is. I believe it's raining, but we'll have to double check. The sympathizers spend a lot of time under the inn near the old shrine. I've seen them change the color of the flames. The color will tell you the final response you need. So it's yellow, green, or blue. But there's actually an easier way to do this. You don't actually have to do that, because I've already slew the Jade Butcher. So I don't need to go through all that, thankfully. Where's the inn? I don't remember where the inn is, but the inn is where the best, the person I always talk to is. Oh, here you are.
Damn Trethane. Thinks she knows what's best for Cormount. Wasn't born here, wasn't raised here. If I didn't know any better, I'd say she's a plant from Eldenroot.
I need to speak with Lorchon. Tell him I'm the one who dealt with General Endari.
You killed the Jade Butcher? All of Cormount will thank you, if it's true. But I don't know any Lorchon.
Yes, you do. Tell him I want to meet.
Head to the Butcher's ground. He'll be there when he's ready. We won't speak again.
Oh, I gotta go meet him and meet her. Oops.
Have you secured a meeting with Lorchon?
I'm supposed to meet him at the Butcher's ground.
Of course. It's where General Endari cut down most of their forces.
What happened at the battle?
The Jade Dragoons struck at night, from all directions. The Black Sap never stood a chance. They tried to surrender, but General Endari had ordered her soldiers to cleanse the area. Seems the Jade Dragoons always follow orders.
Why would Lorchon want to meet at the site of a massacre?
No good reason, I'm sure of it. But we don't have a choice. If Lorchon shows up, you'll need to capture him.
How can I do that?
Here, These were Galthior's rings. His sons will recognize them immediately. As soon as Lorchan puts it on, he'll be transported to the hidden prison. One of Farina's more devious enchantments.
Foranor, the master of portals?
He's still calling himself that? The boy needs a hobby. He once proposed we use his portals to send the contents of our latrine into a black sap camp. The perfect distraction, he said. We called him the master of privies for a month.
Is there anything else I need to know about Lorcan?
We need Lorchan and his brother.
Lorchan.
See if you can get him to talk about where Goronir is hiding. You have a ring for each brother. Once you've captured them both, Farina will find you. And if we don't meet again, it's been an honor.
Farewell, Tree Thane.
Now back to my mind-numbing duties. Good luck out there.
Anything I can do for you?
Sounds like the perfect distraction to me. But it's... I mean, yeah, it kind of is, but at the same time, I can see why they would call him Master of Privies for that.
I see my black sap are no match for you.
I didn't kill any of them. So I'm about to.
I never used to fight this much, until I met you. You lead.
Every night since the massacre, I've dreamt of the horrors the Jade Butcher brought to Cormount. It seems fitting to meet the one who brought her to justice on the very spot she slew the Black Sap. I wonder, will I have nightmares of you?
I'm here to bring you to justice.
Are you? I admit, I'm not one for direct confrontation. That's more Goronir's style. I've long preferred to fade into the background, which I'll do unless you have anything of value to say.
Your father's still alive. Here, take his ring.
Alive? He's been missing for the better part of the year. Everyone thought him dead. I've long suspected he lives and have an inkling of who holds him. Tell me the name of his jailer, and I'll know if you speak the truth.
Meroth. He's the Vine Dusk Ranger who holds your father.
I see. Very well, I wish to turn myself in. Take me to my father. If he's alive, I must speak with him.
Why the change of heart?
The Black Sap Rebellion needed my family to begin, and now it lives in the heart of the people. It will flourish in time. But I'd rather be at my father's side when it happens. I did surrender, yes? Shall we be off?
First, tell me where to find Goronir.
My brother is in a cave on the other side of Cormount. Good luck reaching him. He has many soldiers at his command, and he's not much for talking before acting. And you should hurry before he sets his plan in motion.
Plan what plan?
As I said, he's not much for talking. Sometimes not even to me. I do know how much he loathes the Jade Butcher, and that he wants to repay the Dominion in kind. I told you where to find Goronir. Now take me to my father.
Put on the ring.
To identify me as your prisoner, so the Vine Dust don't kill me on sight? Very well. I'm ready to go when you are.
Oh, there you go.
How unexpected.
Now, pull him through.
It's like, to identify me as your prisoner? Oh, that's a great idea. Glunk, yoink. It goes right through the portal.
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
stand down! If the intruder made it here, you'll be just another notch on the scabbard! Are you with the Vine Dusk Rangers? The Justiciars? The Fighters Guild? It doesn't matter. I know why you're here.
I'm here to bring you to justice.
Justice? Queen Irene invaded our land and killed our people. All in the name of the false king Camoran Eredon. The only justice is in the soil, where her Jade Butcher slaughtered our people. And now, that very soil will rise up to take back what is rightfully ours.
What are you talking about?
Our constructs already rise to take back Cormount. Those who follow the Green Pact will see the forest rise against the Dominion invaders. Fitting revenge for the Jade Butcher's work.
Why are you doing this?
Ifray's children loathe the outsiders who pick away at the Green. Until the Black Saps sit on the throne in Eldenroot, Grahtwood itself will rise against the invaders. They weep for Gelthior. The death of my father drove them to this.
Tell me how to stop the constructs.
You can't stop anything. It has already begun. The Dominion camps will know the pain and fear General Andare brought us one long bloody year ago. I only regret one thing. I hope to end the Jade Butcher myself, to honor the memory of my father.
I defeated General Andare. Surrender or I'll show you exactly how I did it.
You're the one who did it. Tell me, when she fell to you, was it swift? Or did she linger?
Does it matter?
No, I suppose it doesn't. I'll surrender to you, but it won't end the attacks on the Dominion camps. Once unleashed, the constructs are beyond our control.
How can I stop them?
Here, take this
I
bottle.
used the intimidate option
My
since
soldiers
it
drink
was
it
a
to steady
thing.
their nerves before battle. Perhaps it will help with the constructs. Now, where is my father?
Put on the ring. I'll lead you to your father.
All right, lead me to my father. A trick!
A trick. Nope, you're with your father now. Yeah, if I said his father still lives, I would have to beat the crap out of him before he got to go to his father.
Move!
Hey! Stick with me!
So how was your day at work, Joe?
Off we go!
That sucks. Are you feeling better now, or? Because if not, you might want to get a nap. So. Especially since this could be this is probably our last session of Horde of the Dragon Queen, isn't it? Most likely, anyways. Okay. I didn't actually know what time you were getting off today. So.
Come, join us.
Yeah, but there's a good chance this is going to be our last episode of Horde of the Dragon Queen. Or not episode, but last
our hero returns.
Session of Horde of the Dragon Queen.
Open a portal. Meroth wants to speak with our friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Go on, yeah. Stop your relentless pacing.
You won't stop bickering. I'll gag you both. Ha, come in. Good work out there.
Look, I forgot it's posted, okay?
The Black Sap are leaderless and their attack was blunted thanks to your quick work. Cormount will heal in time.
What will happen to Gilithar and his sons?
We'll keep them here until the king says otherwise. Better they're thought missing than known to be alive or dead. The Black Sap leadership won't know what to do.
Should we say that sounds harsh, or they're traitors, it's what they deserve? They're traitors, that's what they deserve.
Agreed. They're traitors. And traitors deserve no sympathy. They'd spend the rest of their days in this hole if I had any say.
Alright.
Here, a little present. I can't make you a vine dust ranger, but I can give you something to show you're an honorary member. They represent the King's trust, knowing we uphold the Green Pact, despite our exemption from it. You've more than earned it.
So long, friends. Your little place can't hold me. I've danced under the 2 moons. Alright, let's go and proceed with the main quest.
Tired of walking anyway.
We should be able to finish up the main quest today, and then we'll just have the one remaining side quest area and the dungeon and finding the rest of the sky shards left to do, which we should be able to finish up next week, so... Which is really good, actually. I might actually take a Sunday off, because there's really no point in starting new content. Like the week before a new DLC launches. Wait, that's not the right entrance. Wait, hold on. Wait, maybe that is the right entrance. Maybe somebody was in combat. Miri? Oh, that's still not the right entrance. No, that is in fact the right entrance. Why is it not working? Maybe it's not. Maybe it's back this way. Is he in the throne room? He might be in the throne room. Hold on. I thought he would be down in the orrery.
What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished.
Miri, you always think with your stomach. Despite the fact you can't even eat food, so... Someone's named Feeling Stabby. How does it make you feel stabby? Stabby's not an emotion, it's a verb. It's like, I feel stabby. Yeah, sorry, it was the throne room.
You have done what has not been done in centuries. All the parts of the orrery have been placed within the chamber, and Dareneth awaits us below. I must admit to being more than a little excited. I've never seen the orrery operational.
What else remains?
Not much. You've done extraordinary work, and just in time for Queen Iren's arrival. Imagine the chance to see the orrery operate. Conservator Dareneth is preparing Queen Iren as we speak.
What's next?
We should really head in there and get started. The ratification ceremony isn't going to perform itself after all. And from what I understand, Conservator Dareneth wanted to speak with you personally.
I'll meet the Conservator at the orrery. We're heading to the orrery now. Orrery of Eldenroot. Yeah, it'll probably be August or early September before we get to Green Shade, which is the next part of the Elmeri Dominion quest line.
I can't wait to take a load off at the inn.
We know, Mary, we know. Sorry. Yeah, that was the wrong entrance. This is the correct entrance to the orrery. Why am I doing that? That's completely pointless.
Preposterous! I'm an Aldmeri Vice-Reeve, an assistant to Prince Naemon himself. Why am I barred from the ceremony?
The orrery hasn't been activated in a millennia. It might work splendidly, yes. Or it might explode. But I'll speak with Dareneth if you insist on being present.
Where it might explode.
Upon consideration, I suppose I could wait by the door to call for help, should anything go wrong.
He's now interested in saving his own skin.
Little brother, you shouldn't be here for this. Dareneth warned us of the dangers.
I won't turn my back on family. My place is in your shadow, as it has always been.
I know this can't be easy for you.
On the contrary, today the Dominion shall see why a High Elf is fit to lead all of Tamriel.
I used to despise your certainty. But today it's reassuring, oddly enough.
Apology accepted.
That wasn't an apology.
I'll make sure everyone clears out, as you requested. But you don't need to be here, Your Highness.
I used to sneak in here as a child and climb through the orrery's rungs. Do you think I'd pass up on the chance to see what it actually does? But have no fear. I want you at the outer door.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I won't let you down.
You never do.
Strange to see you after South Point. Not bad, just strange. But no matter. I can hardly believe we're about to breathe some life into this old girl. And before you ask, yes, I'm speaking of the orrery.
Are you ready to begin?
Almost. You recovered the pieces needed for the orrery's activation, so it's only fair you're here to put them in place. So, I should be the one to ask. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good. The first thing you'll need is to take up Rachin's mantle. A god's hands move the orrery, goes the translation. But that's a load of boar slop. You simply need to be in 3 places at once. Rachin's mantle should allow for that.
Is it safe? Rachin's mantle drove General Endari mad.
Oh, you'll be all right. That overly earnest fella from the Mages Guild, Braylor, was it? He assured me you'd be safe if you wore it for no longer than 90 minutes. Or was it 9? No matter. The ceremony will take 5 minutes. Maybe 6.
Maybe 6. Alright, give me Regen's mantle.
Approach the pillars beyond the orrery itself. You must activate each in turn while keeping one thought in mind. When you wear Archine's mantle, you'll never be held in place. From what I understand, it should do the rest.
Okie dokie.
So this pile of moss and rubble determines the next emperor?
The orrery is ancient. Show some respect.
Magnificent. Nearly there, Your Majesties, Your Highness. That's it. It's working. It's actually working.
What's next?
Here, take hold of the heart of a numeral. Place it in the pillar next to our royal observers. That should do it.
Do what exactly?
Awaken the orrery, whatever that truly means. But have no fear. This contrivance allows me to manipulate its energies. This means I can keep Queen Irene safe when she steps inside. Now go. Place the heart of a numeral. Let's see what all the fuss is about.
Alright. Placing the heart. Well, this, you know, this doesn't look suspicious at all. Namian, what are you doing?
The Alien death trap will tell us if we have an emperor in our midst. Truly a momentous day.
Naaman, now is not the time.
Irene, there's always time to protect you from yourself.
Damn it, Naaman.
For how could I let you risk your life in this contraption without testing it first, dear sister?
When you wear Archine's mantle, you'll never be held in place.
It's incredible! I can see the white gold tower! No!
What's happening to me? Not wanted! All of you! I'll kill you all!
You were not worthy, Namian.
No! The tower is fading.
Naaman, what were you thinking? Why?
I had little choice, Your Majesty.
What? No, Why would Naaman do this? I made him a part of what we were building. Tried to show him this is about more than just our people. I would have all of Tamriel be
He
our
was
people.
married to Estercy, the Veld heritage leader. Of course, he was probably also cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. What did the Ori do to him?
What the legend says. It revealed the person within. As it will do to me.
What do you mean?
Do you think I have a choice in this? I will enter the orrery as I swore to the people of the Aldmeri Dominion. I must learn whether I'm fit to lead them. And if I'm not...
Yes, Your Majesty.
If I'm changed, as my brother was, I can't become a danger to the people I've sworn to lead. Do you understand me?
I understand, Your Majesty.
I must not delay. I'm myself, aren't I?
It appears so, Your Majesty. What did you see in the orrery?
A dominion of peace. The fair and just rule of Tamriel, beneath an Aldmeri banner. A future I hope to build. And you, standing at my side. Come, help me build the future.
Yes, my queen.
I don't intend to tell anyone what my brother did. As far as I'm concerned, he died trying to help me, not usurp my throne.
What now?
The Staff of Magnus.
What do you mean? What is the Staff of Magnus?
A powerful object with the ability to suppress magic. Dangerous were it to fall into the wrong hands. Luckily, we already possess it. Go to Marbrook in Eastern Greenshade. Speak to Captain Sarandel about securing the staff. I'll follow soon after.
I'll secure the staff, Your Highness. You might...
Heard sounds of battle. What happened?
There was an accident. My brother gave his life to protect us. He died a hero.
I don't...
I will soon go to Marbrook. Vice-Reeve Peladil, I want you to travel ahead with my brother's body. You will make the funeral arrangements.
Yes. Yes, Your Majesty. I understand.
Spare no expense for his funeral. All in the Dominion are welcome. All may pay their respects to a hero.
At once, Your Majesty.
Anyone who's played Skyrim should know about the Staff of Magnus.
Is this really happening?
Yes, it is.
I don't know what you mean.
You must have seen. You arrived near the end of it.
The Queen says her brother died a hero, so that's what I saw.
That thing looks really ominous. Let's get out of here.
Do all you Vine Dusk Rangers learn to ignore the truth?
We learn that leadership is messy. And because royalty must grieve in public, we learn not to judge.
Perhaps you're right.
Makes what he said seem a little more ominous, doesn't it, Joe? Alright, so that's going to be where we end for this week. I think we've gotten enough progress in for now. We have one major location left. We have the public dungeon, and we have 5 sky shards to find. So we will start that and finish Grotwood next week, and then we'll see what we're going to do from there. I'm not sure if I want to start Greenshade or... And then, I mean, I can. Like, we can get 2 streams of Greenshade in before High Isle comes out, which is, you know, going to be a nice chunk of Greenshade. But then we're going to have a whole bunch of months, so... Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but see, we're going to have like a month or 2 between streams, so I don't know if I want to start Greenshade and then stop it to do High Isle and then pick it back up again when I'm done. So I don't know what would be the best idea to do. But anyways, like I said, that's where we're going to end off for this week, and I will catch you guys next week as we play The Elder Scrolls Online as Reewish, the Mighty Battle Lizard. Thank you all for coming. Have a great day, everyone. Goodbye.